Welcome to YMCA 360. I'm Efren, your swim instructor for today, and this is our School Age Learn to Swim series, where we teach you how to teach your child how to swim. Welcome to episode 3, where we learn all about the back float. Let's dive in. Hey there, welcome to the pool. I'm here with Julian, and today we're gonna be practicing our back float. Let's remember that every time we get in the water, what do we need to do?
Ask for permission.
Ask for permission, and we practice without flotation devices so your child can get that respect and understanding of the water. All right, well, you ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Efren, could I get in the water?
Yes, you can. Let's do a jump. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's come to the wall over here. So before you get started, let's remember our old skills. We're gonna practice submerging, blowing bubbles, do some games, and then you can get started on this new skill that we're learning, which is our back float. Our benchmark skill for today is the back float, and our goal is to be floating independently on our back for 10 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you with Julian here how we float on our back.
Yeah, I'll demonstrate.
Okay, let's do some demonstration. Let's get on our back. Look up, 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 up. And when we do a good back float, you want your child's head to be back and belly high up in the sky, like a balloon's in your belly. Let's put your arms out, look like a starfish. Perfect. So this is a really great back float. Good job, you're doing it by yourself. All right, let's come back to the wall here.
Yeah, that's good.
So remember, when the back float is happening, you want their head back, their belly high, and you want to make sure that your child is breathing. Good demonstration. High five.
Yeah, it's a good demonstration.
All right, next.
Level.
Okay. So we're gonna go over just a beginner back float, an intermediate back float, and an advanced back float. So if Jay was a beginner, I keep calling him Jay. Julian, if you will. So we're gonna be going over a beginner, intermediate, and advanced backstroke. That's freezing right now. So we're gonna be going over a beginner, intermediate, and advanced back float. So if Julian was a beginner, you would take his head and put it on your shoulder while he's floating. So just resting on the shoulder. Let's get your arms out. Look up in the sky. Good job. And can we count to 5?
Yes.
Go count.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5. Good job. Especially with beginner swimmers, always try to make sure that your back float is time-based, and that's gonna help them be a little bit more comfortable. Now let's move to an intermediate level of back float. So Julian, you're gonna get on my shoulder. So you start out on the shoulder, and then you can go ahead and move them out a little bit, but you wanna make sure that you're keeping eye contact with them. Can we count again to 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good job. Great. And then as you start to get more advanced, you're gonna start moving them out and getting them a little bit more independent with the float. So let's do a little bit more advanced back float.
Okay. Backflip.
Back float.
This is a backflip.
So starting here, arms out. All right. You see how I'm slowly putting him out? And I'm gonna go ahead and just allow my hands to just tap on the bottom of his back. All right, and you're gonna kind of float by yourself. I have my hand resting right underneath the back of his neck, and let's count to 5.
1,
belly
2,
up.
3, 4, 5.
Good job. So now we're gonna do just a game that you can play with your child to practice their back floating. So here, you can use any kind of toys you want, but I have some water rings. We're gonna play a game called Cruise Ship, okay? So Julian, you're the ship, and every time that we come by the dock, you're gonna grab one passenger and you're gonna put it on your belly, okay? So grab one of the passengers, put it on your belly. All right, the cruise ship is leaving. Make sure your passenger doesn't fall off. All right, the cruise ship's coming back. Grab another passenger. Leaving. go, there we go. All right, this time let's grab 2 passengers.
Okay.
You got 2? Ship's leaving. Remember, I'm keeping my hand right underneath Julian's neck and light touch. Let's grab all 3 of the passengers, the last of the passengers. Grab them all. Grab them all. Sorry. All right, come in for our last stop. Let's put all the passengers in. And underwater, blow bubbles, 3, 2, 1. All right.
I'm ready.
So that's a fun game that you can play. Other games, you can do watermelon belly or balloon belly are pretty fun. Any games that can make fun floating on your back. Yeah? Good job.
I haven't had one.
So some common challenges are if your child gets water in their ear and eyes are a little bit uncomfortable or nervous, and just make sure that you add toys and make it fun and add games, right? Games are always fun.
Yeah.
Another challenge is constant rolling. For that, make sure that you're putting their head on your shoulder and just staying close with them and making sure you're constantly encouraging them, okay? You had a tired day of swimming today? Thanks for joining us again on our Learn to Swim series. We had a great time and we know that your kids will have a great time with you too.
Did you know?
That any depth of water is dangerous. It's always important to supervise your children around any body of water, and if you have a pool in your backyard, to make sure that you put up barriers. Make sure to join us next week for episode 4, the front float.
Yes.
See you then.
By using this content, you represent that you understand that this is not an official swim lesson and children must have a guardian present while in the water. You understand that it is your responsibility to judge your physical and mental capabilities for such activities. It is your responsibility to ensure that by participating in this video from the YMCA, you will not exceed your limits while performing such activity, and you will select the appropriate level of classes for your child's skills and abilities, as well as for any mental or physical conditions and or limitations you have. You expressly waive and release any claim that you may have at any time for injury of any kind arising out of your participation in a YMCA program or use of a YMCA facility against the YMCA or any person or entity involved with the YMCA, including without limitation its directors, principals, instructors, independent contractors, employees, agents, contractors, affiliates, and representatives.